What's up, everybody? It's Curtis here, and today we're going to go over 10 ultimate money-saving tips that you need to know to start saving money and stacking your cash fast. So stay tuned.
Honey, you're broke. You don't buy a house when you're broke. You are broke and in debt.
So like I said in this video, we're going to go over 10 ultimate money-saving tips that you need to know, whether you're saving for a rainy day, pay off debt, just want to have fun money, go on a vacation, just get in a better financial situation. And this video is for you.
What did I say for you? Tell them to bring me my money.
So I personally have used or use all of these tips every single day because I think that these are really good to start growing your cash fast. So tip number one, the most important, and that's just creating a budget. You got to create a budget and you got to stick to it. So by setting a budget each month, you can avoid overspending and make sure you have enough money to cover your bills and other expenses. So identify your income, look at your expenses, and allocate money accordingly for the necessities and towards your savings. So tip number two kind of just piggybacks off tip number one, and that is to cut back on your unnecessary expenses. So once you find that budget and you see exactly what you're spending your money on, look at your monthly bill and say, hey, what can I cut out? What can I live without? Like premium cable packages or gym memberships. I know that we got rid of our cable package and we actually just use Peacock, and we don't have a gym membership anymore. So my wife and I, we have home equipment that we bought. Instead of just using the gym membership every single month, we bought equipment. We can use that at home. My job also offers gym.
I am sorry, my mentor. I have failed you.
So just cut down on the expenses. Consider switching to generic brands. We personally buy a lot of generic brands because it's half the price and you really can't tell the difference. Now, sometimes you can, and that's okay to buy that one item that, you can tell a difference for the premium, name brand type of product. But other than that, switch to generic brands for a while. Also, just basic things, turn off the lights. If you don't need the AC running, if you can open up the windows, just kind of save money here and there. And then cooking at home. So, stick to your budget on your grocery bill, cook at home, and don't eat out as much, which is one of the biggest reasons that people live paycheck to paycheck or can't save money is because they eat out a ton. Tip number three, shop sales and use coupons. So a lot of people don't use coupons anymore. There used to be a show called Extreme Couponing. I know certain apps and websites, grocery stores, they all have, the coupons that you can use. So try to find those and try to use them when you need to buy those certain items. Try not to pay full price for anything if you can help it. So just shop wisely. Look for those sales. If you know you're going to be buying something soon, look for sales. But look in advance before you need to buy something. Buy ahead of time and use coupons and only buy items that you need. I know that a little hack that I grew up watching my parents use is, if I know I'm going to need a new coat next year, I buy right at the end of the winter season. If I know I need swim trunks, I buy right after swim trunks are, getting out of season so that I have them next year brand new. Tip number four, and I already kind of hit at it for cutting back your unnecessary expenses, but that is to meal plan and cook at home. So if you can meal plan all week, you know exactly what you're eating. It doesn't get to the point where it's 6 o'clock at night, you're tired, and you just kind of say, let's just go get something to eat.
Average cost of a meal right now is $13. Eating at home, $4. So when you eat out, here's the math, because I'm a nerd, you spent 325% more. Enjoy it.
Instead, you plan for your meal, and so you know exactly what you're making. This just saves tons of money because eating out can take a huge chunk out of your budget. So buy groceries. If you can buy them in bulk, that's even better. And then cook at home as much as possible. Number five, and this is a huge one, especially when I was younger, I used cash for everything. I did not use my debit card. I actually had just an ATM card. So if I ever wanted to make a purchase, I actually had to go to the ATM to get cash.
Be 2832. Visa or MasterCard?
Cash.
Oh.
Oh?
Yeah, we don't accept cash anymore.
Not for nothing. And I know you don't make the rules. What the fuck is going on with the world, huh? Cash is king. You ever hear that expression?
No, I'm sorry.
It's a great expression.
Now, this was actually massive for me when I started trying to save money, because instead of just being able to swipe my card and not really caring about what the price was because I knew I had the money. I had to go to the ATM, physically get cash, which was a whole extra step. It might have been, 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles out of the way because I didn't go to just any ATM where I had fees. I made sure to go only to my bank ATM. And yeah, it was massive because then I was like, I don't really want to go all the way to the ATM just to be able to go to the gas station just to get a snack. I didn't want to do that. And so it actually, my laziness actually made it to where I saved money more. And then another thing is using like rewards programs. I know a lot of gas stations have reward programs so that you can save money on gas. If you're going to use credit cards, which I do not suggest unless you can always buy something in full every single month and pay it off, then go ahead and, use those to get your rewards out of it. Use online shopping sites that offer like cash back for those or rewards points for those so that you can, use those in the future for discounts and stuff like that. Tip number 6 is to pay off your debt as fast as possible. And if you can't just pay it off as fast as possible, then refinance it. If you have a high interest debt, especially right now with, all these rates going super high, if you can refinance that in the future, do it because you'll end up saving money in the long run. So yeah, just look to refinancing options that can lower your interest rate and then save you money in the long run, but definitely try to pay that stuff off fast.
The debt snowball. You list your debts smallest to largest. You pay minimum payments on everything but the little one. You attack the little one with a vengeance. Scorched earth lifestyle. Sell so much stuff the kids think they're next. Take 16 extra jobs. We're getting out of debt.
Tip number 7, and I've definitely used this one my whole life. I've really never bought anything new, but that is to use refurbished items or, used furniture. So whether it be Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, all those type of marketplace where you can buy off other local members of your community, try to use those refurbished items. So coffee tables, if you need, tables for your side tables, if you need a bed frame, just try to get that stuff off Marketplace because I know, just for example, a new bed frame with bed at, Ashley Furniture or something like that could be $1,000, $1,200. A new couch could be, $1,400, but you go on Facebook Marketplace and you spend like a couple $100. Majority of my furniture in my house is just bought straight from the curb. Marketplace, picked it up for $20, $30, put a little paint on it, sanded it down, and now I have a $400 table. Number 8, which is one that a lot of people don't really know that you can do, would be negotiating your bills. So a lot of times, if you get a bill that's a ton of money, and they say, hey, you can make payments on this over 6 months. If you actually call them and say, hey, what kind of deal would you give me if I just paid cash today? Sometimes they'll knock off a couple $100, a few $100 even, make it half off, just so you can pay it now instead of having to do installments where they're like, I don't know if I'm going to get that. They'll just say, hey, yeah, give it to us right now and $300 instead of $600. Number 9 kind of just goes with, I think the second one that I said, where you don't need to have, don't make unnecessary purchases, and that would be just to avoid impulse purchases. So think carefully about what you're buying and what you actually need, because I know there's been times where I walk into a store and I think I need this, but in reality I just wait. I walk around the store a couple times and I actually don't need it, or I forgot about it completely. If you didn't forget about it, then yeah, maybe take a double take and maybe go buy that item that you really wanted or needed. But yeah, sometimes, like for me, it's just like, hey, do I really need this? I think about it, I Google it, walk around the store a couple times, or if I'm online shopping, I'm just like, I'll come back to it. If I don't think about it again, then I don't need it.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I 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 need it!
So number 10, which I would say is probably close to the top, is just continuing to invest in yourself. If you've never invested in yourself, do it. Pay some money, learn some new skills, go to workshops, go to school. Just try to keep learning and don't get stagnant. When you get stagnant and you're not growing, there should be no reason that someone has to pay you more because you're the same person that you were, 2 years ago, because you never wanted to learn or continue to learn. So just continue to get your education. Do not get stagnant.
Let me tell you this right now. If you're unwilling to invest in yourself, you will never be successful. Never.
And try to just do stuff yourself. Even if it's not, continuing some type of education or, skill, just try to learn at home. Try to learn, how to cook. How do I save that money by cooking? How do I learn that skill to cook? How do I, learn the skill to clean so I don't have to pay someone to come clean, my gutters or, clean my, bathrooms, whatever you pay people to come clean. Try to learn how to mow so you don't have to pay someone to come mow. You just buy a mower for $200, push mower for $200, and now you can mow by yourself. Yeah, it sucks because you have to, mow, but at the same time, you're saving money because you know how to do those things. Learn, YouTube or Google search how to repair things. If a belt on a washer goes out, learn and try to figure out how to repair that yourself, or else you'll be paying someone to come, repair it for $300. So just continue to learn and try to grow. Try to look for those ways to save money because they're there. A lot of times just people don't think about them, and that's what ends up, making people stay in the same spot and not being able to save money. So I think by following these tips, these 10 money-saving tips that I use them every single day. You can save money. You can save money to start, investing or save money for a down payment on a house. You can achieve your financial goals, and these little steps will actually add up a ton in the future. If you, do these steps and say it's like $5 for each step, well, you just save $50 a month. That's $600. All of a sudden, you're investing that, get an 8% return. Who knows what you have in 20 years? It's going to be, thousands of dollars that you've actually saved. Like I said, just keep learning. Comment below how you save money. How do you reach your goals? What are ways that you're budgeting yourself, or ways that you think other people should know but they don't? We are a community here, so everything helps. In the comments, and subscribe for more money making tips.